Hello everyone, it's me, Melissa, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, thank you for coming on by. So let's just do a quick overview of the mess. The house really isn't that bad. It's the usual. This is messy enough for me that, I've got to clean it and it just needs to be done. So let's just have a quick pan over. The oven was a little bit dirty. You can't really see it on camera. It's a little frustrating. Definitely have some dishes to do. Look at all of those dog food containers. Not very many human dishes, but that's usually the way it goes in this house. So let's just take a quick overview of the mess we're going to clean. As per usual, all the blankets are all over the floor. Got some new plants, got some old plants in there we're going to get rid of that died off or never grew from seeds, so we're going to clean that up later as well. So I'm excited to show you the former dining room is now my dog room. So I have them in their houses, in their crates. The dog beds you can see are on top. I was washing them, so they're being cleaned. And Miss Mama Nova, she looks so sad and pathetic. She's not normally ever in a crate. Whoopsie, cell phone not on silent. She's not normally ever in a crate, so I just put her in there for show. I just put them all in there so I could show you guys where they stay when I'm not at home. So I'm gonna let the girls out. There's Miss Tennessee. Let the girls out, and the boys are going to have a bit of a timeout. And yeah, there's Mr. Jameson and Mr. Knox, my handsome men. Those are my boys. Okay, so like I said, I've just left the girls out. That way I can clean in peace just for a few minutes, so I can get these sheets up without Knox laying on them and being a bit of a terrorist. So let's get the blankets thrown into the wash. Let's gather everything all up. All right. So let's get the waterproof blankets in first, but you can see I've got a dog bed in there. So that was Tennessee's, and this one is Knox's. He's got the biggest bed. So Jameson's was done earlier the night before, and Tennessee's I put in the dryer overnight. And Knox's went in the washer overnight. So I've just got Knox's clean bed in the dryer now. So we're gonna put the sheets in. Excuse me. And yeah. Let's wash everything. You know, the usual, all the Gain products. If Gain could sponsor me, I'd be one happy woman. Hashtag not sponsored. Laundry detergent, Gain fabric softener, Gain scent beads, and I dropped a few. Look at my belly hanging out there. Oh boy. Obviously, I wasn't paying any attention to that because, hey, who cares? The body's a body. Okay, so I'm going to load up the dishwasher here. I've just, like you guys have noticed maybe, I've been using the dishwasher an awful lot lately. And I've just been letting the dishes pile up because honestly, it's mostly dog food containers. You'll see, honestly, how much food, like people, human dishes, I will put in the dishwasher. It's really not much. I don't make much of a mess. It's mostly just the dogs. So the two bowls I just put in, the silver stainless steel bowl and the glass measuring bowl, I just keep reusing those. I have a lot of salads, so I just keep washing them and reusing them. And yeah, so these are all the dog food containers. I do go through 8 a day, 4 for breakfast and 4 for dinner, because the dogs eat twice a day. So there is 8 of those a day, so they stack up really quick. So I just did not feel like hand washing anything. So we're gonna use a dishwasher. So I'm just gonna cram everything in and pray that it all comes clean. Alright, I'm just going to grab a Cascade Platinum Power Pack for the dishwasher and we're going to turn her on. I was always taught to run the hot water to get everything running. Ooh, look at my sink. That is a lot of lettuce there and cabbage and kale and all that good stuff for my salad. So I'm just going to pick out what I can. And we're going to give these dirty sinks a clean. So I am using really hot water so that way it heats up through the dishwasher as well. So I'm just going to let the hot water run there. As I mentioned before, I was always taught to run really hot water when you turn the dishwasher on, just so it heats up the water in the dishwasher. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but that's what I was taught growing up, so I've just carried on the tradition. Okay, so here we go with our Dawn Power Wash, and this is in the citrus scent. And I'm just going to give everything a scrub. Alright, just going to rinse all of that soap out, get it down the drain. I find I have to go back and forth between each sink a few times because the sinks do tend to fill up the soap when you're rinsing the other sink out. As you can see there, here comes the soap bubbles. And then I'll rinse this side out, then have to go to the other side, back and forth a few times to get everything cleared up. So then I'm going to take my microfiber cloth, you guys know the drill, and we're just going to dry out the stainless steel. It helps keeps it looking shiny and doesn't get any watermarks while it's drying. There we go, nice clean sink. I'm going to use my barkeeper's friend next weekend to give him a deep scrub, a nice polish. Okay, so let's clean off this island. So, silly me, look. I forgot my oatmeal bowl. Like, ugh. So really there was no room in the dishwasher for it anyways, so it's just going to get cleaned later because, you know, there's dishes every day. So let's just clean off this island. I got some hanging planter baskets. I don't know what you'd call them. They're macrame, the black thing there. And you can screw them in or you can hang them off of hooks. So I got some hooks and I hung some of those up in different parts of the house there. So I was just putting the extras away and taking those were, oh, I bought new Febreze plugs. That's what it was. New Febreze plugs. Because the one upstairs, the plug is really bent, so I need to replace it. All right, so now we're going to clean everything with the 7th generation Granite cleaner. This is in the tangerine scent. I absolutely love it. It just smells clean and fresh. So just going to give the island here a wipe down. So after I clean the island, I'll do all the countertops and stuff. You guys don't usually see me do anything other than the island just because it's kind of hard to get a shot of the rest of the countertops, but the island's easy enough to get a shot of. So it's going to clean that down with the 7th generation. And now I'm going to grab a Lysol wipe. These are in, I think they're called mango. They smell delicious. They were a new scent, so I picked them up to try them, and they're awesome. So I'm just going to take two, one for each half of the island, and just give the island a wipe down with the anti-bac wipe instead of using the spray, just for something different. Normally I use my method spray. You guys have seen me done that 100 times, but I just wanted to try something different, and they smell really, really good. I do like Lysol wipes. They're just not very good for the environment, so I don't use them very often. All right, so the laundry is dry. So I'm going to put the dog beds back in. We'll see that in a moment. But let's switch over, oh, big yawn. Let's switch over the blankets from the couch. So these are the waterproof blankets. So in the dryer they go. And then I will wash all the pillows. Last weekend, I washed the pillows and the blankets together. And it was just kind of a bit of a too big of a load. So I separated them up this time. You'll see in just a moment. So just the pillows in this load, because there are 5 or 6. So I'm just going to wash the pillows. Those bigger pillows there, the new covers for them, because the old ones I had to send back because they ruined. The new covers should be here this week. I can't wait. Oh my gosh, can you guys hear the dog snoring in the background? It's 9:30. I've got Monday Night Football on in the background, and the dogs are snoring. I think it's just Nova, to be honest. Oh, there's my baby boy Knox. All right, so I'm just gonna clean up in here, and gonna vacuum and mop and do all the good things. You guys know the drill. But let me just pick up all the dog toys, because the dogs bring them in here. This is where they play. This is where we hang out, spend most of our time in the back third of the house that you guys see anyways, is where we do spend most of our time. So I'm just gonna pick all these toys up and put them back in their toy box and get everything ready to be cleaned. Miss Tennessee. She's always got to be where I am. She's always got to investigate whatever Mom's doing. That is an antler that I got last weekend, and that I think is the only 1 out of 4 left, because Knox and Tennessee demolished them. Jameson and Nova not so much. So Knox and Tennessee. Oh, you can see my clean vacuum there. And wait for it. Yep, here goes Knox, losing his mind. Jameson and Nova were upstairs with my daughter, so I'm gonna give them some treats so I can vacuum in peace. So Knox went and laid down in his bed, and yeah, it's just me and Tennessee. She's completely fine when she's by herself, but if her dad or her brother are out and they are attacking something, she is joining right on in. And that Roomba, sometimes it turns on. Oh, I just mentioned the word and you guys could hear Knox losing his mind. Roomba. He's growling behind me. It sometimes turns on by itself, and I definitely did not mean for it to be turned on right now, but I mean no harm, no foul until it starts hitting into my tripod, which you'll see in a moment. I was pretty pissed off. I remember standing there going, really? Really? So I just turned it off and docked it. It was not the time for the Roomba to be on. Knox is still growling behind me. He hates that thing. The poor Christmas tree, didn't even decorate it this year. I was just afraid that Jameson, well, maybe Tennessee too, but mostly Jameson, we're gonna eat all my decorations. So this year I thought, well, I'll just put the tree up. They've never seen the tree before because it is their first Christmas, or was their first Christmas. So they were used to the tree. Jameson did try to pee on it a few times, and they both ate some of the bulbs. That is why the bottom was not lit up very well. Oh, and look, one of my new plants. That's a spider plant there. I've got it hung up off the wall there. But they did eat some of the light bulbs off of the lower level. So every time I replaced them, because they were eating them, and then I found out that some of the lower level light bulbs weren't working anyways because the brand new wire was split. So I was pretty pissed off. It was a brand new tree this year, and unfortunately I couldn't return it. There were no more trees. They sold out as soon as they brought them in October. Once the trees were gone, the company, well, it was Michael's craft store that I got it from. They were a really good deal, and that's where I got my last tree from, and it lasted for a long time. They were not getting any more trees in, so it was what it was. So I'm stuck with it, but at the end of the day, really, I can always string on another set of lights if it really bothers me that much. Kind of odd to get a good shot of this room, just the way it's laid out there. It's got some half walls with some columns there. You can see one of the columns and a bit of the half wall, and because it's in the hallway, I just can't really get a good shot into that room. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense, but you guys get the gist of it. Like I said, it was a dining room, which we had converted into actually like a crafting / playroom for my daughter when she was younger, and then carried on the tradition of it being a playroom with my niece and nephews when they were younger, but they've all got into electronics and they're older now, so they're not really much in for that. So I just decided to turn it into a dog room. So there we go. Look how full my vacuum is. I vacuum every other day, guys, like you have no idea. Okay, time to mop. So my favorite cleaner for the floor, this is luxury plank, is Bona. I used it on my hardwood before that as well. It was a newer company that I had found. I don't know how long they've been around. I found it at Costco, to be honest. There's a few different kinds of the Bona. This is just the regular antibacterial. It's in a white container with some green on it, and I bought Bona before that was actually made for real hardwood, which is what I covered up with this luxury vinyl. That was $40-something for a jar of it, or a jug of it, and it worked amazing. It was just very expensive. I found I used a lot of it. This stuff is like $4 at Costco for a huge jug, and it works amazing, and it's antibacterial, which is perfect, especially given that I have 4 dogs and they do track in a lot of dirt, and they're dogs, you know what I mean? So antibacterial all the way, and it smells really good too. So that's what I use throughout my whole house to mop the floors with, is Bona. B-O-N-A, Bona. All right, so time to wipe out the beds for the babies. So this is Mrs. Myers. This is the, oh my gosh, I just finished it. Apple cider, I think. I just finished that scent off. I absolutely really loved it. And yeah, I'm just gonna give everything a wipe out. It's antibacterial, which is great, and then put the clean beds back in. So this is what I do Thursdays and Fridays. I just didn't end up doing it Friday because it was New Year's, so I did them Saturday and Sunday. Or sorry, just Saturday. This is Saturday. What am I thinking? I'm getting ahead of myself. This is just Saturday. And I whacked my head on that low-hanging light from it being a dining room. You can see it kind of swinging there. I whacked my head really good. Done that so many times. Really getting to the end of that bottle of the Mrs. Myers. I think it was apple cider. I think that's what it was called. I really loved it. So her bed goes back in, and I forgot to do Jameson's, so we'll go back and do Jameson's. There we go. So Jameson's bed back in. So everybody's got clean beds. Nova's bed doesn't get washed because it's not the washable type. And honestly, she's next to never in there. That's also why she doesn't have any covers on her crate to make it more like a cave. Because the dogs, I find, do prefer their houses to be more like caves where it's dark and quiet. But Nova's next to never in hers, so hers doesn't have anything like that on there. But I did order her the dog bed that the other guys have. Those are the Amazon Basics dog bed. I ordered one of those so that way I can wash it. She does actually like to go in and lay in there. She's just never locked in there. She's always got free reign of the house. So we're gonna wash the blankets now. Got the pillows in the dryer. All right, time to vacuum the couch. Surprisingly, the dogs were well behaved. Nobody tried to eat my vacuum. Nobody lost their mind. Well, Tennessee did a little bit there just because you can see Knox barking his face off. Tennessee was a little bit too. And Jameson was getting in on the barking, but nobody was jumping and lunging at the vacuum for a change. Normally I try to do vacuuming with them out and I end up having to always stop what I'm doing and put them away, but they actually behaved pretty well this time, so I don't know. Maybe they're learning that the vacuum is not their enemy. Who knows? Who knows? Look at that. Wasn't as bad as it normally was. I'm not too sure what happened there, but hey, I'm not complaining. So let's get the waterproof blankets back on the couch. Got the couch protected here. You know, these blankets last for all of 5 minutes being on the couch. I don't know why I stress myself out, but you know what? If it protects my couch, keeps the dog gobber off, and helps to keep the hair out of getting weaved into the couch cushions, I'm all for it. Plus, it just kind of makes the couch a little bit more cozier, I find. I'm all about the coziness. Okay, it is the next day. It is football Sunday. Could you tell? I'm wearing a Seahawks shirt, so it must be football Sunday. So I am just going to clean down the island. So all this is some really hot soapy water. I just used some Dawn, not too much, and just a dishcloth. And I'm just going to scrub down all of the faces of the island. I did do the cabinets the other day as well. Just took my time, did the bottom one day, and then I did the top the next day, just so it doesn't seem so daunting and like such a big task, because I really do have a lot of cabinets. But the island here, it's a charcoal. It's not quite black. It's more of a kind of a deep gray black, and it just shows the dog slobber so bad. I didn't realize that when I picked it. I wasn't thinking about that. You know, the dogs, if you've ever had bulldogs or big dogs that drool, all they do is shake their head and the slobber just goes flying everywhere. You don't notice it on the white cabinets. I know it's there, but you don't see it, but you definitely notice it on these dark ones. So every once in a while I do like to just give everything a quick wipe down. Like I said, just with some Dawn. Just really easy, really simple, and nice hot water to get everything loosened up. So I'm just going to give everything a quick wipe, and we're going to go all the way around the island. And it's just nice because it gets the handles cleaned as well, because let's face it, who really cleans the handles? I don't, unless I'm wiping everything down. So, and when it's just being me, I don't have to like antibacterial them. I'm pretty sure they're clean and they're safe. No food bits or anything like raw chicken or raw dog food or anything gets on the handles as far as I know. So I'm just going to give everything a clean. And I meant to do the stainless steel appliances in this video as well, but I just had some other things that took a lot longer that day than I thought they were going to, so I just didn't get time to do the appliances, but they'll be done. No worries. And those holes there, I don't know if you noticed it on the other side as well, they are electrical outlets. I'm just waiting for them to get finished. It's only been like that since May when the new kitchen got done, but you know, it's what it is. I'm a pretty patient person, I think. And Miss Tennessee, like, she just would not let me clean. She had to be right up Mom's face and right beside me, so she was pinning my arm at one point. I couldn't move my arm. Just give me lots of love. Lots of love. I was trying to tell her to behave and to sit, let Mom finish, and then I'd give her attention, but she was just not having it. Oh, and these dogs, and somebody who's bumping my tripod, you have to hold their paw. That is one of their favorite things, is for you to hold their paw. They absolutely love it. I just think it's the sweetest thing ever. They love for you to hold their paw. They're very affectionate, my dogs. Mr. Knox was giving me kisses. My big man really does not give very many kisses, so I take them when I can get them. Everybody else is kissy. Miss Nova's very kissy, so I'm glad that the puppies take after their mom. That way they love to give kisses, but Knox, he's pretty high me when it comes to his kisses, so I feel like I'm really lucky. I feel really, really lucky when Knox gives kisses. Well, I'm getting tongue-tied. It's getting late at night. So I'm also going to clean down the chairs as well. This is something that I like to do when I do, whoops, knocked over the yoga mat and my Seahawks hat. That stays up there so the dogs don't eat it, because if I leave it laying on the floor, either Jameson's going to pee on it, because that's what he does, or somebody's going to chew on it. That's what happened to my last one. It got eaten. So I just keep it rolled up when I'm not using it on the chair so they can't get it. So these are white leather, so I'm just giving them a wipe with that cloth, and the Dawn dish soap is not going to hurt it at all. Just giving them a wipe off as well. And these white chairs never get sat on. They're beautiful. I love them because they're leather. They're very durable. I think they're stylish, but they don't get sat on just because they're a little bit high for this island. I don't know why, because they're island height chairs, unless they're just kind of a funny height. I'm not sure. They were okay on my other island, and I don't think this island's any shorter, but for some reason they're just not quite as comfortable on this island as they were with my old island. So anyways, they don't get sat on. Just the cow print chairs, they get sat on all the time. So I do spray them with Lysol. Just what would you call it? I don't know, like hairspray, like aerosol. That's what it is. Aerosol cans of Lysol and or Febreze, sometimes Febreze, and just keep them clean that way. But the white leather, I just wipe clean with the Dawn and the water. So this one, it gets wedged under there. So like I said, I don't know if these are a funny height or something. I have no idea, but that chair, the tops of the leather there gets really wedged underneath. So I don't know if it's just something with this island. Like this is a custom built kitchen. So I don't know if something got messed up. Like, I don't know, because they were fine with my old island. I used to say I only have those two white leather chairs, so I don't really know. Oh, and my hair, oh my gosh, it was driving me nuts. It kept getting caught in my earrings. I have some kind of dangly earrings in, and I have a hair mask in my hair. Part of the reason why I am wearing a Seahawks hat, other than being football Sunday, I was kind of trying to hide the fact that my hair was a hot mess and had a hair mask in it. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. But it kept getting caught because I had that side braid there. Kept getting caught in my earring all freaking day, and then I ended up losing an ear, and I have 3 piercings on each side. I ended up losing a pearl and a diamond, beautiful earring. I cannot find it. It's here in the back of the house somewhere, but I ended up losing it, so I'm rocking 5 out of 6 holes here. So those are all dog collars. I have some bark collars as well, just for when the boys get a little too crazy. The girls, I never need to use them on, but just extra collars I keep out where I can see them and grab them quick. And the head halter for walking as well. I will use that for Jameson if he's barking a lot. The bark collar doesn't seem to really work so great on Jameson, but it does on Knox. So sometimes I'll just use the head halter instead. So now I'm going to use my invisible glass. It's my favorite glass cleaner or window cleaner. So I'm just going to use this on the coffee table. It was really, really gross. It just gets covered in dog slobber a lot. I do not understand how it gets so covered in dog slobber, but it does, and it's glass. It's easy to clean. Just need a little bit of elbow grease and some really good glass cleaner. I do recommend the invisible glass if you have glass, especially with dogs. It does work really well. I like Windex too, don't get me wrong, but I just really like invisible glass. I love this coffee table, and behind it with the plant on it, there's a nesting set of 3. 2 of the glass tables are there behind it, and then the smallest one has another plant. You're gonna see me clean that in a moment. I love this set of tables. It is so easy to clean. I love chrome. I love glass. I'm not really into modern design as for my home aesthetics, but I do love these pieces. And my old kitchen table, I still have it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It was round, but it had the same sort of legs, the chrome legs, and I absolutely really love it. So I'm not too sure if I'm going to list it and sell it because it's in mint condition. It's just really heavy, and I would be afraid somebody would buy it and it would break on their way home. But I'm just not sure what to do with it because I don't have a dining room. I don't need a dining room. I no longer need a kitchen table, having this massive 12-foot island. So I'm just not too sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I love glass and foam. I really do. I think it's kind of timeless, don't you? So I just have this tortoiseshell bowl. It's actually from Party Light. It's, geez, maybe 15 years old. I used to sell Party Light way back when. And I keep my posters and my remotes in it. So it's nice because I just give it a wipe out, it gets the dust out of it, and the dog hairs, because there is dog hair everywhere. I just give it a wipe out, and I think it's just a nice little accent. So this time I was smart. I cleaned everything before I watered the plants, so they weren't so heavy. There was one video where I did, I'll remember it for a long time. I went to pick up, I think it was the plant on the smaller table. You can see there's 2 nesting tables there. So it's the smaller one I'm going to go clean next. When I went to pick this plant up, it was so heavy that it just tipped over and spilled dirt everywhere because I had watered the plants before I had cleaned off all the glass. So I learned my lesson not to do that. So I watered the plants well after I cleaned these glass tables down. See that mark on the wall? I'm going to give it a wipe off in a second. Katie's dog's home. How it got through the plant onto the wall. And it was wet, so it had just happened. How that happened, I have no idea. Like how it went through this plant and hit the wall. Like my dogs are talented. Attract little flies in the dirt no matter what I do. Oh, my new Mrs. Myers. Sorry to interrupt my story here. That is the new, I think it's called Orange Clove. It smells divine. It's one of the winter scents. It smells really good. Anyways, they seem to attract these little like fruit flies, I don't know what else to call it, that like to live in the dirt no matter what I do. I think they come off the plant, like maybe they're bred into the plant. I have no idea. It's totally on those 2 lilies, and it's not like I got the lilies from the same place. They've at the same time. Those lilies are like from different places and different times, and they just seem to have those bugs. So those little sticky things, it's a double-sided sticky plastic thing that I just push into the dirt of it, and they get stuck to it. And we're done, which is great. I'm constantly replacing those every week. Every week I have to replace those. They are full of the little flies. I don't know what it is, but I love lilies, so I make sure that they don't fly outside. They just stay in the dirt, and when you water it, they kind of fly out into the leaves. But it's really weird. I don't know what to do. If you guys know anything about plants, leave me a comment down below. Let me know. I don't really know. I love plants. I don't really know much about them, and I'm trying my best to keep them all alive. You guys can see though as well the peace lily that's beside the one with the yellow sticker I was putting in. It has never grown nicely for me. What it is, I've moved it, I've tried different lights, I've tried different watering, more water, less water. Like, I just can't make it happy. It has not grown a flower in the 2 years I've had it. It started to sprout them, and then they never get to the point where they actually get big past the leaves. They're just little things that stay down at the bottom near the dirt, and they don't get any bigger. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I love lilies. I just love lilies in general, and I love flowering plants. So if you guys have any insight for me, just leave me a comment or send me a DM, and I'd love it. I'd love to help. So right now I'm just washing these windows here. I do the doors every week because they get dog slobber all over them from the dogs coming in and out and jumping up on the doors. Excuse me, sorry. So they get done every week, but I hadn't done the two side windows in a little while. I like to go through and do a few windows at a time instead of doing them all at once because, yeah, like my house is full of windows. So just on that back wall alone, there are 5 big windows and then the front doors. So that's 7 windows to do just on that one back wall of the house. Like my house is full of windows. That's one of the reasons why I bought this house. I love this house. But I do a few windows here at a time instead of doing them all at once so it's not so overwhelming. But I hadn't done these, whoops, did you guys see that? I was pulling 2 of the plants off and knocked that plant down and spilled some dirt. But I hadn't done these 2 side windows in a while, so I just thought they deserved a little cleaning as well. And definitely the windowsills, they were just really dirty. So I knocked some dirt out of that plant when I accidentally knocked it over. Like, luckily enough, it just tipped a little bit and landed on the bottom, so it didn't spill a lot, but just enough where I vacuumed it and it was good to go. So what I did first was, after I removed the plants, I just sprayed some Mrs. Myers down on the windowsill, just because, you know, a little bit of water and some dirt spilled out, and, you know, a little bit of a rain from the plant sitting there on the painted windowsill. Just let it sit for a minute before I wiped it, and it wiped it clean. I am actually going to be repainting all of the trim in this house. Once I get my new baseboards, you can see there's no more white spots on the wall. So they were all mudded and finally sanded, and they were actually finished and smooth this time. So I was able to paint those. I did that last weekend during the few days off I had at Christmas there because it was a holiday. So I finished painting and I painted in where the dogs' space are now instead of them being in the front living room. So I painted the dog room, which was from the living room, and all the spots. I did all the time. I was really happy to get that done. So I'm just kind of giving you an overview. This is what happened. Kiddo made a mess. I had made the dog's breakfast, and my intent was to wash the dishes. You guys can see it's dark out. I had to do some errands that took a lot longer. I also had my mobile pet lady come over, and she cut all the dog's nails for me. She comes over and does it. She's amazing. I love her to death. And it just, time got away from me. So I ended up forgetting to take the food out of the freezer for the dog. So I had that steeping in some hot water. I was a little frustrated with myself that the day just got away from me. And you know what? It is what it is. That's life. So I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, I've got to wash all these dishes. Let me wash the dog dishes before they have dinner, because I didn't wash them earlier. Obviously, you can see this pile. And then I thought, you know what? Forget it. I'm using the dishwasher. I just had no energy to do it. So I'm going to unload from yesterday when I loaded up the dishwasher. Or did I load it up this day? I can't remember now. Oh my gosh. But anyways, the dishwasher is clean, so we're going to put it back on again. So I'm going to take out all the dog food containers, and we're going to put all the new dirty dishes in the dishwasher. Lids and their Tupperware facing a certain way? I have to. I'm anal about it. My kid makes fun of me. She just chucks them in willy-nilly, and it's annoying. They have to be handles on one way all together, lid tabs all one way all together. It's just gotta be that way. I'm OCD about some things, you know? Load up all the new dirty dishes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up everything that I have, and the 4 dog containers on the defrosting tables there, is that what you call them? No, defrosting plates, sorry. The black defrosting plates, I just set them out there. That's normally where I put them to defrost. And once the dogs have dinner, then I will load those in, and then we'll put the dishwasher on. But I'm just going to load up what I have just to get this mess out of sight. Those 4 Tupperware containers, and we're going to get the dishwasher going again. There we go with the hot water. Blast in the hot water. And Miss Tennessee, she's always got to investigate what Mom's doing. Alright, so the dishwasher's on, and I'm just going to give the sink a rinse. And I'm going to wash the dog bowl, so I just put the green Dawn in there. That's my favorite, the green apple scent. So I'm just going to let that fill up with some hot water there. And I'm going to go grab the dog bowls. My big handsome man. Oh, and my handsome boy. Here's my boys. Whoops, forgot to put that part out of netting. My bad. So I'm just going to give the dog bowls a quick wash here. I do wash them by hand twice a week, Wednesdays and Sundays. Just because they are eating raw meat, even though they eat raw, and they get raw eggs in there as well. I do like to wash them twice a week. I know people who never wash their dog bowls, and I just think that's disgusting for dogs, but the dogs never get sick, so I guess it's fine, but I just can't do it. Just can't do it. I wash them twice a week, Wednesdays and Sundays. So that is a pampered chef stone, and you are not supposed to wash them with your dishes with soap or anything. But I did just use my cloth and then I used one of the brown scraping tools. I had done some fish in the other one, so it wasn't really too dirty, but it still needed to be washed. So just wash that up real quick, and we're going to use it to the sink and the scrub. The dishes will be done every time. Check